Hello, and welcome back to the Indie Spotlight show here on FRH Radio. My name is Kay, and as usual, I am here to essentially deliver this show. As you'll know by now, we hand over the show to our resident interviewer, Graham Drayton. Slight change to today's schedule because I was actually very lucky to be asked to join in with this interview, which was a great experience. And I've got to say, I couldn't have been happier because if you've been listening to my shows, you will know I'm absolutely raving about our artist that we have on today. This is Clinton Wayne, and we're going to hear Clinton tell us about his album Blues on Parade. And as we're doing things slightly different today, we'll start today by playing one of Clinton Wayne's tracks. So we're going to start now with Time for a Fool, and then we'll hand straight over to Graham.
It's time for a fool. You've lost that love again. So you come back to me, for I'll take you in. I play a fool, someone you come to, and here you come back again. It's time for a fool. Well, fools never learn, and they seldom win. Just start all over to be fooled again. But who's fooling who? I know all about you, and here you come back again. It's time for a fool. Well, fools never learn, and they seldom win. Just start all over to be fooled again. But who's fooling who? I know all about you, and here you come back again. It's time for a fool, and I'll take you back again when it's time for a fool.
Okay, we're here with Clinton Wayne for the FRH radio show with Kay Cook Abbott and myself, Graham Drayton. Now, we've just heard from you, Clinton, for the opening track, which was Time for a Fool. That was a great track to open up with. That was brilliant, Kay. Thank you for playing that. How are you, Clinton? Are you okay?
I'm doing well. We survived a winter apocalypse out here, and everybody's warm and toasty now.
And how is lockdown treating you then?
We've actually started opening up around here. We're playing quite a few gigs, and there's really not much shut down. Some of the schools are shut down, I think, still, but I've been doing all right. How about y'all?
Yeah, we're not doing too bad. Luckily, we're coming out of it very, very soon. So you've used your time in lockdown quite productively with the songwriting and with the recording of songs.
Yeah, we actually did the album during lockdown. Some of it was done before, but we finished it up. I'll say finished it up and then got it out. Yeah, I've done the best I can with it, anyways.
Yeah, and that opening song, "Time for a Fool," was a good one to open with. So we've got so many more tracks to hear from you, though, Clinton. I'm looking forward to hearing these tracks. But first of all, tell us how you got into the music itself, because first of all, you started off playing in a church, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. In a small, I guess you'd call it a small country church, and my dad was a piano player. He's still there. My uncle actually pastors the church, and they put me on stage. I think I was about 9 years old playing bass guitar. So that was my introduction to music.
Do you have a lot of faith as well? Are you like a religious sort of
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, I'm religious. I don't know that I'm a great example of a Christian, but I do love God and, try to live my life that way.
You still go to the church?
I don't go to that church anymore. I'm actually playing bass at a church up here close to me. It's a cowboy church, and the worship leader or the music director, I guess you'd call him, is Carl Vaughn. He's pretty well known in the Western music industry, and it's a lot of fun. We got a lot of good players, a lot of what I call Fort Worth players. A couple of them are semi-retired, I guess you would say. Just great players. Have a lot of fun up there.
So upon growing up, who was your main influences, should we say?
Well, I'd have to say my main influence was actually a Christian artist, a Christian country artist, you might say. His name was Kenny Henson. But as far as country goes, I would say Vern Gosdin, of course, Merle Haggard. Randy Travis was definitely one of my favorites, who lives like 10 minutes from me. And
Randy Travis, 10 minutes down the road from you.
yeah. So I was actually invited over there to sit around with a guitar and play and sing, because he's still in a wheelchair, and they were having people come in and kind of entertain him. And I got there, and there was about 20 or at least 20, 25 musicians. Nobody had masks on, and I was like, man, I'm not going to be a part of anything that brings COVID to Randy Travis and takes him out. So I walked in the door, I saw that, and I turned around and I just left. But I was really disappointed that I can, get to hang out and meet him. But that's my Randy Travis story. And I've seen him in the places up here that we eat, in the past, but I never went up and bugged him. I didn't want to be one of those guys.
Did you ever see him come by your house just drifting past in a wheelchair or anything like that?
Oh, but I see him rolling around.
Oh, you see him rolling around?
I'm joking. I don't. No, I don't.
Randy rolling around. I love that.
I don't think
That's a song. That's a song right there.
Probably so. Probably
Yeah.
songs will be made from his stories of the last 5 years.
Randy rolling past my house or Randy rolling by. There you are. I'll give you a title for free. They don't come cheap,
Yeah, I'll give you some song credits on that one.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, just saying about the Texas bluegrass band called Cadillac Sky, isn't it?
Yeah, Cadillac Sky.
Have I got that right? Have I got that wrong?
Cadillac Sky, like the car Cadillac.
Cadillac, yeah. You be in front and I'll be in the back, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a founding member. We did pretty well. I was in my 20s, and of course we didn't play Texas at all because there's really no bluegrass here. You can't make any money anyway, so we were always off in the east at bluegrass festivals. But the band did pretty well. We Ricky Skaggs had a bluegrass label, and he signed it and all that stuff. But I bailed about that time because it was just too much for me to handle. But having a young family and all.
Yeah, absolutely. And musical differences, it can creep into a band as well. I think, do you prefer playing solo or in a band?
I prefer a band. Yeah, definitely.
Big bounce sound compared to, but again, with acoustic, solo, it's more intimate feel, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I don't do a whole lot of that. I wouldn't mind it so much, but I definitely love playing with a band and the camaraderie and all that stuff, and just being with some great musicians is always funner. That's for sure.
Have you got anything planned for this year? Hopefully, hopefully when we come out of lockdown, anything gigs planned?
Well, we're playing. Oh, we're playing quite a bit. We had a gig last night, and we have one tonight. We had one scheduled tomorrow, but it's been moved. We got one Tuesday, so we're up to about 2 and 3 a week right now. So
that's pretty cool. That's really rocking out. So we come on to your second track of the show. First one being Time for a Fool, and it's Blues on Parade. We'll go back to studio for Kay to play it.
Yes, thank you, Graham. And here is the album's title song, Blues on Parade. This is Clinton Wayne.
I don't put my blues on parade. I keep a smile on my face, although my heart wears a frown. I don't want the world to know how it hurts to see you go, and how you've made me out a clown. I do my crying in the rain, so my tears don't show the pain I feel since you've let me down. I don't put my blues on parade. I don't want my heartache marching round. You've made a circus of my heart now, honey. Now it's the greatest hurt on earth. But I've brought the big top down. This show is leaving town. I won't be no main attraction to amuse your satisfaction. I won't play leader of the band. Step in time to please the fans out on Main Street in town. I don't put my blues on parade. I don't want my heartache marching round. I won't play leader of the band. Step in time to please the fans out on Main Street in town. I don't put my blues on parade. I don't want my heartache marching round. I don't put my blues on parade. I don't want my heartache marching round.
So there you are with Blues on Parade. Thanks, Kay, for playing that. But where did you first hear that one, Clinton?
Well, a buddy of mine wrote it. He wrote that one. He's from West Texas, and we hooked up through a mutual friend, and he sent me a bunch of his songs, and it was probably about 7 years ago, and I'm finally just now getting around to doing them, but they're great songs. He's a great songwriter.
So after taking some time away from music for about 5 years, you joined a classic country cover band out of Denton, Texas, called Raised Right Men. Sounds a nice name for a band.
Yeah, we're playing. That's actually who I do most of my gigs with. I'm still with them now, and every once in a while I'll take off and do my own thing, But that's the band. That's my main income as far as bands go.
And is that who record with you on the songs as well in the studio?
Well, the band members did. Yeah, they're Larry Hill. We call him LD. He's a guitar player. He played on a bunch of the album, and he wrote a few songs on the album. Quite a few songs on the album. And then Ray Austin played steel guitar on a bunch of it. He's our steel guitar player. He's just fabulous. He's been in the country music business forever. He's actually on Randy Travis videos from back in the day, and he's a really cool cat.
So in terms of songwriting for you yourself, how do you go about it? So how did you come about lyrically, melody? I know, like you say, there's no formula to songwriting. I say that to most artists because it's right. There's no right or wrong answer to songwriting. But
I'm really not I don't consider myself a songwriter. Look at me, I got a pen again. Yeah, you caught me, didn't you, Kay? I'm not much of a songwriter, but like I said, I will wake up with a song here and there. I've literally dreamed of being on stage singing a song, and then wake up the next morning and write it down, and that's really the only way I can get them. I can't finish them if I'm awake. I don't know what the deal is. It's really weird.
But you have wrote a few songs though. You are in a way a songwriter.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I guess I don't consider myself one, but yeah, I've got a couple on the album. I wrote two on that album there. Hard to Be a Good Man is one of them, and Love That Can't Be Beat is the other one.
They could ask a question if you want, Kate.
Well, there is something I would like to know. I've talked to Clinton quite a lot just lately, and have essentially stalked him in the name of research. And I came across a video of Raise Right Men.
Okay.
And that's made me wonder, have you, with Raise Right Men, released any music?
We released one single. It was last year, right in the middle of the pandemic, and I don't know that it did that much. I haven't really heard any feedback from it. A buddy of ours, Judd, his name's Judd, he wrote it, and we cut it and put it out on a couple of the regional radios, but I don't know what's happened with it. I wasn't singing the lead on it, so I don't care about it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
I'm with you there. Right. Sorry, Graham, I butted right in there.
Kay was stalking you, Clinton.
To feel loved, it's
it's all about work. It's all about work, you guys, We have to do these things, the stuff we professionals have to go through. I mean, okay.
It's a tough life. It's a tough life.
You speak for yourself, Kay. I know it is. I used to do this on hospital radio. I used to really, really enjoy it. Okay, first time I've ever seen you in the flesh, on the video, and I'm
in the flesh.
Okay, face to face on this video screen. If you want it literally, we'll do it that way. And I will say, good work on what you're doing for these artists as well.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, she's
absolutely been a grand job.
She's been great to me. She's been passing out my music to different people. I really appreciate you.
And the other thing, and I want to say that the amount of artists that you get, they're all very genuine. They're all down to earth. They're lovely guys.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I think we are quite lucky because Indie Express in particular have been fantastic for linking us to lots of artists, which is how we came across Clinton. At the moment, I have to say, and actually I said this on air, Clinton Wayne is stopping me from doing my job. What? I am supposed to listen to music and pick out songs, and I keep going back, Blues on Parade, Blues on Parade, Blues. And the thing is, once I start listening to it, I have to listen to the whole album.
Okay.
So it's a great album, and I am really plugging it at the moment on the shows. And I did a show last night, and I think everybody must have got fed up of me saying, you really need to buy this album. But,
Clinton, it's all your fault.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. That means a lot. It really does.
So going back then to what we were saying about the Raised Right Men. That is right, isn't it? Yeah. How do you go and prepare for a 4-hour show to survive through it?
I don't. We just jump up there and go to the bathroom first. That's about it.
To the bathroom first. What?
That's a must.
That's the only preparation I do. I go hit the head, and that's it.
And some beer to go with it, of course.
Yeah, you definitely want to drink before. You don't want to drink before. That could make for a very long 4 hours. You kind of want to wait till about halfway through, then start up.
how do you get your stamina up there? Do you go for a workout in the gym, or do you use Randy's wheelchair? How do you, to get the arm power going?
Man, that's probably a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's there, isn't it?
I'm going to give that.
It's only 10 minutes up the road.
Yeah, I'm going to go borrow it.
There you go. So, anyway, let's get on to your next song, Clinton, shall we? Let's survive that one. Gloss over that piece of part of your life, So we're on to that song next, and this is another cover, as covered by Clinton Wayne, and back to Kate in the studio.
Absolutely, and here is That Song.
There's that song again, the one they played when we were still together, when they said our love would last forever. Then forever came. There's that song again, just when I thought that it had disappeared. It came back after all these years, and I started missing you. So turn it up, let it play, till the whole world knows what it's like to feel this way. Start it again, 'cause when it's through, that song always reminds me of you.
There's that song again, the one that pulls the strings tied to my heart, the one that used to tear my soul apart not so long ago. There's that song again, today it didn't bring me to my knees. After all these years of misery, now I'm finally free.
So turn it up, let it play, till the whole world knows what it's like to live this way. Start it again, 'cause when it's through, that song always reminds me of you. So turn it up, let it play, till the whole world knows what it's like to feel this way. Start it again, 'cause when it's through, that song always reminds me of you.
That song always reminds me of you.
There's that song again.
There you go with that song, and another class performance there by Clinton. Even though it's a cover, you still make your own stamp on these things.
Yeah, that one actually, my buddy and guitar player Larry Hill wrote that one, and it's a fabulous song. It's one of my favorites, and I'd cut it as a solo, and then after we got it cut, he called me and he was like, "Hey, how about we make that a duet?" Because he had heard Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani do a duet. And he's like, well, maybe we can turn that into a duet. And so I called a friend of mine. Her name is Lacey Hayes. She used to work with me at a church that I was a music director at. And she's just a fabulous singer. And talked her into coming, and we turned it into a duet. And it really gave it a whole new life. I really like it. I love it. I think it's a great song.
There you go. That song. It's not bad in that, actually. Like I say, we keep coming back to Blues on Parade, though. I don't think Kay can get over that song. I think it's stuck in the mind, and she's plugging it all the time.
I think that's the best song on the album. That's another one that my buddy Randy Norton wrote, and it's got a real Western swing feel to it. And
I was just
I love Blues on Parade, but I have to say my favourite on the album is Somebody to Love. I do love that song, but also on my shows, the two that are really going down well are Conversation with the Walls and 15 Miles.
Oh, good. Those were both written by our guitar player, Larry Hill.
You must introduce me to him.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to get him on next time with us.
Yeah, we'll get him on. We can do a fourth thing on here. We'll be all right.
We can get Ray's Right Men on.
Yeah,
get the band on.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Absolutely. For anything like that.
Yeah.
And you still enjoy performing with the band, as you said, and you still booking my own shows on occasions. So do you booking your own shows?
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of shows. I'm just honestly kind of starting out as a solo artist. I haven't been. This is my first project, so I'm just kind of getting my feet wet, and I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever just do my own shows solely or not. I really do enjoy playing with the guys, and it's a lot of fun. We get to play a lot of music that we love and grew up with. It's all older music. We call it PG country, pre-Garth country. We don't do anything. We try not to do anything that's new, and it's just stuff we grew up loving, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Well, like you say, as long as you enjoy it, that's all there is to it. The passion's there.
Yeah, it gets feeling. Sometimes it just feels like a job, and you kind of have to remind yourself. I mean, when you're on stage, it's different than when you're driving to the gig. You're just like, oh man, another one. I'm tired, But then when you get on stage, and I think me and Kay kind of was talking about it the other day, and it can just turn into a job. But the moment we're on stage, that's really enjoyable. Now the before and after, I could do without. But yeah.
And then you thinking, 4 hours of this, what? And
yeah. Luckily, we don't do too many shows that are 4-hour shows without stopping. Sometimes we might get a wild hair and decide to just see, It'll be like, hey, so let's just play as long as we can until someone's got to go to the bathroom,
Yeah, like I say, we will have to get the band on to have a good discussion with them about what you do and how you operate and promote them. That's the main thing, just to promote them on Kay's show, and I'm sure Kay will do that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're on to your next track, which is "How to Be a Good Man," the song that you wrote.
Yeah.
And we'll discuss more about that after we've heard it. So back to Kay for track number 4.
Thank you, Graham. Okay, well, let's hear Clinton's X-rated song. This is Hard to Be a Good Man.
It's so hard to be a good man today. It ain't easy to live on the narrow way. Temptation keeps pulling me astray. It's so hard to be a good man today. I'm loving loose women, strong liquor, pain pilling. Each night I'm willing but I can't stop this hard living. Mama told me I shouldn't act this way, but it's so hard to be a good man today. The times aren't what they used to be. You can hear it in the songs that we sing. It's a sad situation, they say. It's so hard be a good man today. I'm loving loose women, strong liquor, pain pilling each night. I'm willing, but I can't stop this hard living. Mama told me I shouldn't act this way. It's so hard to be a good man today. Lord, it's so hard to be a good man today.
Yeah, song you wrote there. That's a cracking song, by the way. Hard to Be a Good Man.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Where did the inspiration for that one come along?
Yeah, that's.
It's not, like I said to an artist last night, it's not self-critical view of yourself, is it?
No, it's basically talking about being a musician on the road, and really more than anything, I was watching other guys, and I just kind of, being a songwriter, I heard Lyle Lovett say, the good thing about being a songwriter is you can lie to everybody and get away with it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so this song is talks about loose women and pain pilling and all that good stuff. And I almost didn't put it on there just because I didn't want my mom to hear it.
It's not censored, is it, Clinton? We don't have to have one of them parental advisory lyrics on it, do we?
No, if you ask my mom and dad, they would tell you that it needs to be censored. I guess. My dad called it the X-rated song. Yeah, my mom and dad are very religious.
Kate's going to have to pick out the lyrics for me of why they're so explicit content.
I mean, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah. Most people it probably wouldn't even phase, but
right. The album is called Blues on Parade, and it's online, and it's on every platform out there. Clinton.
Yeah. I think it's pretty much every platform you can listen to music.
Yeah, and you did that last year, didn't you? In this, like I say, in the summer of 2020. This is your first ever country album debut.
Yep, it sure is. Yeah, finally got the nerve to do one. Yeah,
well, that's one good thing. If you've got the nerve and you've got the get out there and do it, man.
Yeah, I feel
because you can live your life regretting that decision not to do it. In like 5 years' time, you'd have probably gone, yeah, I should have done that. If you didn't do it, Yeah,
I figured I'm 44 now, so this is pretty much I better do it now, or this is the last chance. So I went ahead and got it done.
It's never too late. It's never too late to be making albums.
Yeah, I just mean, like to try to get my feet wet because it takes a while. I'm sure it takes a good 5 to 10 years to develop a decent following. I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure, but I would think at least 5 years. So.
Yeah, it does. It takes a while. I mean,
Sorry, no, I was just going to say, I was actually in a meeting the other day with a distributor, and like you say, several years ago when it was releasing albums, you were talking sort of 5 odd years to release a second album. They're now recommending that actually you should be releasing sort of a track every other month.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
To keep people's interest up because of the fact everything has now gone online.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. My daughter, she introduced me to an artist on Spotify, and this girl got huge. I mean, basically overnight. I mean, millions and millions of followers, and it was a great song. And I was like, well, let's listen to the album. She's like, you don't have an album? Like, yeah, people are getting, just one song and that's it. And then
Yeah.
like you say, I think for algorithms too, you got to release one every month, for Spotify and all that to actually push you or put you on an algorithm. You got to catch them right away too, because if they don't listen to like 30 seconds of it, then it doesn't count towards algorithms, So you got to be pretty catchy right off the front.
Yeah, and it's like that song that we've just played, the Hard to Be a Good Man, that's getting a good following. You see, that's the thing, right? You can write a song and it can take you quite a while to do it, good month, to record it as well in total. And then it takes about 3-4 minutes to listen to,
Yeah.
But then again, somebody, and I've seen so many people do it where they put on an album and they skip that track because they don't like the start of it, or they skip the next one because they don't like. And that is a hard thing to grab someone straight away within a good 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
First impressions count.
And I've been guilty of that myself. If I'm listening to a new artist, if the intro sucks, I'm just as bad as everybody else.
I think I do that with albums as well. I'm like, I keep playing my favorites. So I'll be like track 1, 3, 2, whatever. And I never get past 5. I can never get past it. I never listen to the rest of the album. I'm like, well, if that is good for the first 5, and then what? I don't want to listen because I don't think it's going to be that good.
Really?
But so that's what happens with songs and albums. It's a crazy world.
Yeah. See, I think that's one of the areas where I think Clinton has got it right, because you can sit down, you can go to any track and instantly you're hooked. That is one of the things I love about this album, is the fact that as soon as the track starts, you are hooked on it. And this is partly why I have raved about it, is because for me it is the first album for quite a few years, I would say, where that has been the case. Because like it's like you play the tracks you like and you only play them, and then you happen to hear one because you might be listening in your car and you can't skip because you've got to indicate and turn somewhere, whatever. But no, this one, every single track, it's been great. So well done, Clinton. I absolutely love this album, and I know my dad, Mick Hearn, he's raving about it as well. I mean, it's not just my opinion. Hearing my dad say exactly the same thing, and I've got to say, he's far more critical than I am when it comes to music. And he'll sit and literally pick things out of the music, and he'll listen to every single instrument.
Yeah, he will.
Go on, sorry.
Not to interrupt you, but just while you're saying that, he sent me an email right off the bat, and he's like, I recognize Mike Johnson on Steel on that. And so you're right. He knew who was playing Steel without seeing any of because I don't think I sent any.
No, we quite literally got a folder with each of the songs in. But I have to say, he was raving, and everybody that I have sent the album to has come back and said to me, "Oh my God, that's fantastic." The tone of the voice is fantastic. But yes, there's been a lot of ladies come back who have gone, "Oh my God, he sounds so cool."
Well, that's good. I appreciate that.
So Clinton, when you do these live shows and you've sung your songs, "Hard to Be a Good Man" and 15 Miles.
15 Miles, yeah, that one, yeah, that's another one that the guitar player LD wrote.
And it's a great track.
Yeah, and when you get the reaction from the crowd, if they're singing along to it, how does that make you feel inside? Is it a bit of a strange feeling for you, or is it like, wow, they're singing back to me?
Yeah, it's different. I'm not used to it, that's for sure. So it's just a lot of fun.
So we go on to your next track, which is the 5th one. of the selection that Kay has put out for you. And it is off the album, and it's If I'd Left It Up to You. So we'll go back and have that one played out, and that's another cover, I think so.
Yep.
And here is If I'd Left It Up to You by Clinton Wayne.
You made plans to leave 1,000 times, I know, and 1,000 times I should have let you go. But each time I'd always beg you back somehow. If I'd left it up to you, it would all be over now. It would all be over now. Shut the crying. I'd be used to spending all my nights alone. I wish I'd found a way to let you go somehow. If I left it up to you, it would all be over now. It would all be over now. Shut the crying. I'd be used to spending all my nights alone. Wish I'd found a way to let you go somehow. If I'd left it up to you, it would all be over now.
And If I'd Left It Up to You is another one from Blues on Parade. And we're back with Clinton Wayne for FRH Radio with the Kay Cook Abbott Show for Indie Spotlight, an hour for these artists, which is a great thing, Kay, that you're doing, by the way.
Thank you.
So, Clinton, tell us where you picked that song up from that we've just heard.
That's actually a song Merle Haggard cover, and I felt like I needed to do a Merle Haggard song just because I love his music so much, and I feel like he's influenced me, probably more than anyone else as far as country music goes. So that was kind of a song, just appreciating him, and it's a great shuffle tune. I needed to get a good shuffle tune on there, and it's one that not a lot of people have covered. It's kind of a one on the back burner kind of a thing. Or B-side.
So you say he's your number one artist?
Say it again.
Of all time, Merle Haggard?
What about him? I'm sorry, I missed it.
So is he your number one artist of all time?
Yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, he's just the man. I never got to meet him, but I was about 10 feet away from him. He did a show up here at a casino close by, and I got backstage passes, but he wasn't feeling well at all, and you could tell it was right when he got diagnosed. So I didn't bother him, but boy, it was hard not to. You could tell he wasn't feeling good though.
It's only just like 10 feet away or 10 minutes away up the street. These guys are away from you. That's like, that's like a fate thing in your life, isn't it, Clinton?
Yeah, that happens a lot. I've been
There's always this 10, number 10.
I've been so close to these guys, and so far none of that's rubbed off on me, but hopefully.
I still can't get over seeing Randy coming past in his wheelchair past your house. I still can't get over that.
Yeah, no.
But you say it hasn't happened.
What's that?
You've never seen it happen.
Randy, roll by? No.
Yeah, come rolling by the house. So you've never seen it happen.
No, I would have grabbed him, locked him up, put him in my basement, I shared him with the rest of the world. Had that happen.
Oh, good idea. I want to have a job. We get in that shed, mate. Lock the door.
You're gonna do these duets with me, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, you did him playing the guitar. Get me out of here, boy.
Can I ask a question?
Of course you can. Yeah.
Sorry. I don't like to butt in, but I would like to know, and I'm sure our listeners would like to know, who is Clinton Wayne when he's not the music man?
Oh,
I work my butt off. That's all I do is I just work. I've got a small landscape irrigation company, so if I'm not playing, I'm usually working.
what would you be doing if you weren't the singer, the guitarist, and the songwriter?
I'm really not a very interesting person. I would probably just be sitting there on Facebook and YouTube. I don't really.
What profession are you into? What work have you done in the past?
Well, it's landscape irrigation is what I do. Sprinklers, lawn sprinklers. I've been doing that since I was a kid.
Okay.
But,
so field maintenance. That's short.
Yeah, we install them and everything. But yeah.
There you go. Okay, I think that answers your question.
Well, I was going to say, and also I understand that you love British sitcoms.
I do.
Ah, right then. So Monty Python, Steptoe and Son.
I like I'm terrible on the spot, but like Coupling. I love that show. I love.
Oh yeah.
The It Crowd. That's probably my favorite show of all time. The It Crowd. Great.
Yeah, my partner likes the It Crowd.
Oh really? Yeah. I was just gonna say I love the dry humor. It's a lot different, I feel, than the humor here, and it's just that much. I think it's a lot better.
Yeah. What sort of comedies do you get out there? Sitcoms.
Well, The Office, of course, the American version. That's probably one of the bigger ones. I don't watch a lot of American TV. I would say there's one called American Housewife. That's a good one. That's about it as far as I know.
So this is song 6, Somebody to Love, written by Clinton's producer, and we'll hear it first and then come back and we'll say our thank yous to you before the last track.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Clinton. And here is my favourite song off the album, Somebody to Love.
When you find somebody to love, let love grow. When you think you can't get enough, that's when you'll know. You've been searching all your life for someone who's out there searching for someone too. You'll never give it up when you find somebody to love. She was cold and alone in the night, afraid of losing again. He was down to his last fight, he was packing it in. He was running dry on his last goodbye, and she was needing a friend. Thought of giving up till they found somebody to love. You're like a ship on an ocean of loneliness, searching for a place to land. When you find your true love, hold on tight. You may never find that island again. When you find somebody to love, hold on. When things start getting tough, stay strong. That forever love ain't so easy to find. It's out there, it just takes time. Don't give up until you find somebody to love. Been searching for somebody who is out there looking for you. Don't give up, you're gonna find somebody to love. No, don't give up until you find somebody to love. You'll never wanna give it up once you find somebody to love.
Somebody to Love, they're written by your producer, Clinton. And like Kay says, this album is top notch.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, my producer, his name is Pat Horner, and he's actually got two daughters who had record deals. That whole family is just great. He's an excellent songwriter, and I wanted something that kind of had an Eagles feel to it a little bit, and my guitar player had played this one for me because, like I said, he co-wrote it, and I just fell in love with it right away. It's a great song.
Yeah, and you definitely have got that feel to it as well. You know, like the vibe for people to enjoy. And like I say, if you enjoy it yourself, that's all you can hope for, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you get the reaction that you do from the people online as well, which Kay's getting at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. Yeah, I think everybody likes that song. It's a good one.
Yeah. So, Clinton, this is your chance to promote any websites, any Facebook pages, Twitter, anything that you've got, so people can find you and look you up. You know.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. You can go to clintonwayne.com, and on Facebook it's Clinton Wayne Sturgeon. 'Cause that's my last name is Sturgeon. Clinton Wayne's my first and middle, and I'm on Facebook there. I'm on Instagram, Clinton Wayne Sturgeon Music, I think. But yeah, those are the three main places to find me.
Lovely stuff. And we're going to finish off with 15 Miles. This is one of your songs. And tell us a bit about that before we close out.
This is also a song written by Larry Hill, LD, guitar player. It's got a real kind of 1980s feel to it, I feel like. It's got a line dance kind of feel to it. It's just a lot of fun to play and sing. The crowd loves it. Good stuff.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Clinton, for your interview. Thank you for taking the time to speak to me and onto the K Show as well. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, thank you, Graham, and thank you so much, Clinton Wayne, for coming in and joining us and for allowing me to be a part of the interview process today. I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So look out, Graham, I might be joining you some more. Right, so thank you all for listening to the show today. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And just as a quick recap, Blues on Parade is Clinton Wayne's album, and you can find it on just about every download and streaming platform going. So get out there and buy it, because you are going to love this album. There are no two ways about it. If you love your country music, you will love this album. Taking us out of the show, we'll have Clinton Wayne's track 15 Miles. We'll see you again next week. Take care.
Every time it rains, it pours. There's a black cloud following me. I can't keep my head above water, and I'm drowning in misery. My back is breaking from picking up pieces of my broken heart. 'Cause when it comes to love and money, I guess I'm not that smart. I got my thumb in the air and my feet on the ground, looking for my baby, she's all over town. I keep on hunting, but her trail runs cold, 15 miles down the dead-end road. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, and the sun don't ever wanna shine. 100 miles of blacktop are calling, and man, I need a ride. I gotta find my old Cadillac and the pretty little girl that I love. I wonder if she'll take me back. I think I've had enough. I got my thumb in the air, my feet on the ground, looking for my baby, she's all over town. I keep on hunting, but her trail runs cold, 15 miles down the dead-end road. I got my thumb in the air and my feet on the ground, looking for my baby, she's all over town. I keep on hunting, but her trail runs cold, 15 miles down the dead-end road, 15 miles down the dead-end road.